Hello students, today we are going to talk about the another topic of the chapter natural resources, and that is oxygen cycle. So oxygen cycle is a type of biogeochemical cycle in which the oxygen moves from abiotic component of the ecosystem to the biotic component, and there are three main reservoirs of the oxygen in the ecosystem, that is biosphere, lithosphere and atmosphere. So the oxygen gas, it just move and transfer from lithosphere to atmosphere, then atmosphere to the biosphere, and we will talk about and we will see how the oxygen cycle occurs in our ecosystem. So oxygen is the vital element for the life in any ecosystem. As you know that oxygen is used by the living organism in the process of respiration to get energy, and by the physical breathing we intake the oxygen, and those animals which live in the water, they take the dissolved oxygen from the water, and without oxygen the process of respiration cannot take place, and hence the living organism cannot survive. Now we will talk about how the oxygen transfer from one component to the another component. So first of all we will start this journey from the atmosphere. So the atmosphere is the main source of oxygen. The free oxygen gas is found in the atmosphere. As you know, the oxygen is found in the form of gas, and it is found in the atmosphere, and it makes 21% of the atmosphere. 21% of the of oxygen gas is found in the atmosphere, and so the atmosphere is the source of oxygen. And what happens that the water, it is believed that during the evolution of the earth, it is said that the water vapor which is present in the atmosphere, they get splitted because of the ultraviolet radiation into hydrogen and oxygen. Okay, and water vapor splits into the hydrogen and oxygen due to the ultraviolet radiation, and then this gas get accumulated into the atmosphere, and hence it is found in our atmosphere. Now this oxygen cycle is the main phenomenon occurs in the oxygen cycle is the photosynthesis. Okay, what happens during the photosynthesis? Water and carbon dioxide combine together in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, and glucose is formed, and byproduct is formed, that is oxygen. So oxygen is liberated into the atmosphere by the process of photosynthesis, and that takes place in the body of green plants and some autotrophic bacteria. So photosynthesis is the phenomenon, is the reaction by which the oxygen gas is produced and it liberates into the atmosphere. Now photosynthesis is responsible for the earth's atmosphere as we know it. If all photosynthesis were to cease, the earth atmosphere would have been devoid of all but trace amount of oxygen within 5000 years. uh, if the photosynthesis will stop, then the oxygen which is present into the atmosphere, it will be finished off within 5000 years, and the oxygen cycle would no longer exist. Now the oxygen is liberated into the atmosphere by another method also, and that is the molecular oxygen, which is found in the minerals and rocks, and they get released as a free oxygen into the atmosphere by several kind of chemical reaction. And molecular oxygen that is released into the atmosphere by the process of photolysis, whereby high energy ultraviolet radiation breaks down water and nitrite into component of molecule. Photolysis of water and nitrite also liberate the oxygen into the atmosphere. Like this water is photolyzed by the ultraviolet radiation, and it breaks off into the hydrogen and oxygen, and this oxygen is in the form of gas and it liberates into the atmosphere. Now nitrites, which is having molecular oxygen, it also get splitted into the nitrogen and oxygen by the effect of ultraviolet radiation, and the oxygen gas get liberated into the atmosphere. So this is the process by which the oxygen get into the atmosphere. Now by the process of withering, when the soil is formed, and during the withering process, the molecular oxygen which is found in the rocks, it get liberated and moves into the atmosphere. So this is the another method of liberation of oxygen into the atmosphere. Now the next is plants and animals extract nutrient minerals from rock and release oxygen in the process. Sometimes plants and animals extract nutrients and minerals from the rocks, and in this process the oxygen gas get liberated, get free, and move into the atmosphere as a free gas. Now when when these the atmospheric oxygen, how this atmospheric oxygen comes into the lithosphere and into the biosphere, we will talk about in this segment. Now loss of oxygen from the atmosphere, how this oxygen get into the living body and into the minerals. Okay, so what will happen, the process of respiration and decay mechanism. Okay, in the process of respiration and decay mechanism, what will happen, the oxygen gas is utilized from the atmosphere and release carbon dioxide to the atmosphere. So we intake the oxygen and use this oxygen in our body in the process of respiration, and the microorganism use the atmospheric oxygen for decaying, and they liberate the carbon dioxide gas into the atmosphere in the result of this reactions. Now surface withering of exposed rocks also consume oxygen. During the process of surface withering, the oxygen is being consumed, and just like you can take the example of ferrous oxide, use oxygen to make ferric oxide. So here the oxygen is being used to make a new molecular oxygen. So this is how the atmospheric oxygen is used in this process. Now oxygen is also consumed in the biosphere. Marine organisms in the biosphere create carbonate shell materials, mainly calcium carbonate, that is rich in molecular oxygen. The animals which are found in the water, and especially those animals that live in salt water, means that marine organism, they use the free oxygen of the atmosphere to make carbonate like calcium carbonate, CaCO3. So now this CO3 is having three atoms of oxygen. So the atmospheric oxygen is being used here, and it is getting added into the living body and into the minerals. Despite burning of fossil fuel and the reduction of natural vegetation on land and sea, the level of atmospheric oxygen appears to be relatively stable because of the increase in plant productivity resulting from agricultural advances worldwide. We use to burn the fossil fuels, we use the oxygen to burn the fossil fuel, we use it for respiration, but still the percentage of oxygen is stable in our atmosphere due to because of the vegetation. Okay, because of the vegetation and plants productivity, we also grow plants in the agricultural activities, so that the plants produce the oxygen gas, so the percentage of oxygen is remain stable in our environment. So you can define the oxygen cycle like this. The oxygen cycle is the biogeochemical cycle that describes the movement of oxygen. Okay, in any biogeochemical cycle, the compound substance, they get moved within and between their reservoirs. So here the reservoir of oxygen is the atmosphere, biosphere, and lithosphere. So you can define the movement of the oxygen within and between its three main reservoirs. atmosphere, biosphere and lithosphere. You can see this in this diagram, that how the oxygen is moving between the non-living and living components of the ecosystem. Like you can see here, the first of all, the plants are producing oxygen in the process of photosynthesis, and that oxygen is being taken by the animals for the breaking down of sugar molecule, and that is respiration. And during this respiration, the oxygen is utilized, but some oxygen is also released in the form of carbon dioxide. Okay, CO2, it is having two atoms of oxygen, and this CO2, this gas is being utilized by the plants further for producing the sugar and oxygen again. So that's how the oxygen is being circulated between the components of the ecosystem. Now here you can see this, the atmospheric oxygen is being used by the animals and living organism in the process of respiration, and at the result of respiration, CO2 and H2O is formed. In CO2 oxygen is also present, H2O oxygen is also present. So at the result of respiration, the oxygen is also being liberated in the form of CO2 and H2O, and it is going into the atmosphere again. And then this this CO2 is further utilized by the plants in the reaction of photosynthesis, and again the oxygen is bounded, it is get bind by the process of photosynthesis in the organic molecule. Here you can see 6 atoms of oxygen is getting added into the organic molecule and making a combined oxygen molecule. Now here some oxygen is liberated in the process of photosynthesis, and that's how cycle is cycle it moves on, it goes on into the environment, into the atmosphere, and that's how the oxygen is oxygen is moved in the ecosystem, and it maintains its percentage and it remains stable. Now oxygen element is found in another form in our atmosphere, and that is ozone. In ozone there are 3 atoms of oxygen is found, and this ozone is found in the form of gas, and it is found in the stratosphere in our atmosphere, and make a very famous layer and zone, and that is called ozonosphere or ozone layer. As we know, this ozone layer protect us from the effect of ultraviolet radiation comes from the sun to the earth surface, and this oxygen this triatomic oxygen, that is ozone, is formed by the oxygen, and because of the effect of ultraviolet radiation. Okay, because of the effect of ultraviolet radiation into the stratosphere, this oxygen molecule converts into ozone, and it makes a shield against ultraviolet radiation, and there it is very beneficial for us in the stratosphere because it protects us from ultraviolet radiation of the sun. But surface level ozone is highly dangerous for us because it causes so many harmful effects, like it causes dryness of mucous membrane of the mouth, nose and throat. It changes visual activity, it causes headache and pulmonary congestion. It harms leafy vegetables as well. It harms the plants and field crop, fruits, forest trees, and tobacco plant is highly sensitive to ozone. In the presence of the ozone, tobacco leaves fall prematurely. So, surface level oxygen is highly harmful for us, but the ozone gas that is found in the stratosphere, which makes ozone layer, it is highly beneficial for us because it protects us from the effect of ultraviolet radiation. And the density of ozone is maximum at a height of 23 km from the Earth. So, oxygen is also found in the form of three triatomic molecule, and that is of ozone. And in the next video, we will talk about the ozone layer, and we will discuss what is the ozone layer depletion. So, till then, thank you.